Hello Blender folks, welcome back. I'm Xenomes and this is the time for solving some of the last aspects of this part of the list, the top. There's all that to do, but here this I said I would do home, and indeed I've done for the ankle and the elbow. We did also so now just the shoulder, which is not a simple joint, but in my rig it works. So you see I have those. I started with this on a tutorial that for the hips, but it's not optimal for my character at least. So this, but the same thing, this is this whole contraption here is a bendy bone spline. So then there is another possibility that we can use it for simple joints like the knee, and indeed the result was better than what I was doing before. I was using helper bones to like be a continuation here. It kind of worked, but it was too complicated to do. This is kind of much safer. It has more controls, although maybe you're not gonna use these things, but yes, we can even drive them or make, how do you say, we can also add some extra control bones, like we can use transformation bone constraint to make them respond automatically, right, to some rotation of the just like we were doing with shape keys. So I found out these results are quite appealing. They are better than what I was doing. It's, although this gives more stuff to the rig than the way we configure those things, it's better. It's more not only it's more intuitive, it works visually. You have the bones, right? The tips, these things that are the handles. Of course there are some limitations on those controls. They are not exceptionally good. That means they won't solve whatever we want, but on simple joints I found out they help. So I've used this here to solve one little thing that you see it's not completely solved. Maybe it's more wave painting required. Let me take the other foot. So, but it's slightly better. Let's say I've also made some wave painting. So for some reason I'm not still having able to get good results here. I don't know why. So this is an ancient problem. I already had good stuff there, but after so long developing this Frankenstein rig, I mean experimenting on this model, probably I've lost the simple way to solve it. But now my idea is to have those bendy bone splines. There are no and so just if you're curious how they are apparent to the rest, well, these, oh, they aren't apparent currently. Okay, so the tip bones, the controllers, the handles, they don't have any parenting right now. I should probably parent. These are though, so they are parent to some. We don't see it, but it is there. They are parent to this. It would be the hips bone, by the way. It doesn't have a good name right now. I probably will duplicate and make it to organize the rig, right? Because currently this is the handle for the bottommost portion of the spine. So, and yeah, that's the right way to parent those apparently. But this is serving as a hips bone, a master hips bone or something like that. Even its custom shape is here, so it's special. It's in teal here because it is it's supposed to be a master bone. So after the tip bones, we just parent them to that whatever master bone or main bone, main controller bone, whatever, and this should be enough. Although for So it's not like they are making part of the chain, right? This is very important. You don't want to parent these directly to controllers and then continue. This can be very, especially with if you have IK, right, bone constraint. So no, we leave them more like a helping, a deformed armature helper bone system. So this is why even the color, well, this is different. So it's the color for my helper bones on the, but it's still a deformed bone, whatever the name. But it has a layer for the helper bone, so I don't get confused with what is the just clean up stuff, right? And the tip bones, all those handles, they usually go onto a different layer, so I can have a distinction between, oh, actually here, a distinction between handles and bendy bones. And here for the ankle, yeah, so what is that we need to know also about this is that, well, if we are used with bendy bones splines, bendy bones development, basically there's an offset parented to the start handle bone, and then the end handle, there's no parenting whatsoever to this structure, but the bendy bone has got a stretch to bone constraint to that target. This is very basic, but just showing how it would work in this setup. And then these that I've made, there are certainly other options, but I think this is a good one. I just have one issue that I'm gonna show in a moment. Then here I use tangent. I leave this X and Z stuff enabled for no apparent reason that I know, but whatever, maybe that's good. And then I don't make any change here, at least not for now, for the bendy bone. So, but maybe this could be driven to make slightly better deforms. Yes, I have to make some additional experiment now that I have those splines everywhere. But it's not necessary. The results are already good because the spline skinning, because it's bendy bone, right? It's already this thing on the joint with the deformed bone here, that is the bendy bone, already helps the deforms naturally. So we can do these things to make some slightly better, and could drive these or some of these settings if we want more complex, more complicated rigging, more advanced settings. But it's not necessary. Yeah, maybe that will be good to explore. But sometimes, as you see, as I've shown, even slightly chance here are really not very beneficial. What could be beneficial here would be really driving stuff, like if we rotate the bone, for example, handler, better speaking, if I have, for example, this intense rotation, then the spline will react in some way, in an automated way, and then say the inverse for the opposite side or whatever. You need to make drivers not there. I've made it for the neck bone, and it was actually cool here. I didn't use the ease in and ease out. I just used the curve in, and because the neck is a complex joint, right, and it can, not exactly a joint, it's a limb on its own, but it's very difficult if the neck is a bendy bone, so it gets really strange deforms. We rather not have it a bendy bone at all, so we don't have to fix those things, but I was able to fix in a previous live. You can find it for the neck. And yeah, this was an elegant solution, but it took me some while to figure it out with the drivers. And then, so what we have here, we have a copy location. This is the problem I'm having here, is that as I copy locate this thing on to the limb, right, the shin, it's targeting the deform, exactly this thing. There's a starting position, but then I cannot move it like as if I would like to move it. Yeah, maybe offset, but then we get all this. I don't know how to use this thing yet. Maybe it's not supposed to be used, because I don't know. Ideally, why doesn't it stay in place? Now it has a base delocator for some reason. I think may have something to do with the distance from the origin. No, it's something I really... Oh. It's trying to find its... Okay, but... So then it's free to move, but then it doesn't help that, because how do I get it back, right? So unfortunately this is... so this is stuck in place, and maybe I could just leave it parented, but no, then I would have to parent it to this bone. It could work from this starting position. Let's see. Makes sense to me. And then of course I don't need the copy location. Yeah, but you see, then the copy rotation is not helping anymore for some reason. It doesn't need copy rotation anymore. Okay, so this is... And then it is free to move. Okay. So this could be a solution for making... Like if you want to make some... however, now the copy location will neutralize... Oh no, we can. Yes, I've did that already. If we add something that adds some transform to the location after the copy location bone constraint, it will, for example, a transformation bone constraint with the mix add stuff, like this mix add, this would work also, I guess. But let's say add, it would actually be able to transform this bone from this thing. The only thing that I want here actually would be this, but from the Y. So now I can... Wait, it's not working. I am able to... Oh, yes, target local space, locals. Well, now need to investigate this further. Target workspace, owner local space. No, it's not the y-axis then, it would be the... Well, it would be the y-axis, but don't know why. Or maybe 2-axis. No, but here I got something. Of course, local with parent maybe, and local with parent, and then the Y, locked on the Y. Oh, there's this thing here. Oh, this thing is creating... Alright, let's take it the tail. I'm trying to get an alternative to this so I can move the... But whatever, I'll do that any other time. So let me get back this here. Sorry, folks. And but it's not a waste of time. I was trying to... So it has the copy location for now. Copy, and then I cannot move it directly, but I can rotate. So okay, because here is a before original, the copy rotation, and say. But we want to rotate this on like on normal, so it get easier. And okay, and it's everything is the same. You just have to... Oh, and then a cool thing that I forgot, I was about to forget. Actually, I just remembered that then we can use the... I see this at Bendy bone. We can use its these tips to have some Bendy bone targeting here for the start and end handle. So this bone, even though it crosses the bone, it can still have a start handle targeting the tip knee B bone handle end, which is this, and then it has a target here for the tip ankle B bone handle start left, which is this. And so we can also benefit from bendy boneness, bendy bone features with thanks to these handles. So they are even though this is not chained, right? I didn't parent this to that. Oh, I didn't save. Now let's do it again. Okay, here and here, let's save it here. I'm gonna create a new file here, move on 3, okay, and then that's it for the anything else, I guess. No, so that's pretty straightforward. And then of course, after we set those things, as we reset here, sometimes the reset is a bit strange, so because there are the bone constraints, right, enabled. So if we disable the, well, so too ugly to see, but this is happening because it is doing this reset original line after the bone constraints of everything, so that's why it does. So maybe what in this case I have manually set this to my preferences, so, and then we can symmetrize all the bones on edit mode to have the all those settings for the other side, so we don't have to do some crazy hard work on these things. Okay, so then the oh, this thing is not painted yet with the colors that I want, so let's go for the arm rig. And as you see, I don't need, as you will see, I don't need one for the wrist. It would make it already, because this also allows for, I mean, this bendy bone. This joint here will use my old system. Basically, this is the wrist bone, this is the def bone, and the targets here, they are, I've shown it on previous lives, and it's complicated, but actually no, it's simple. No, it's complicated. It's not very intuitive. So the start and then there are the fingers, the stuff, nothing matters here, so I'll just leave an automatic, or I could leave it at tangent and with no target, knowing that automatic will automate, so it will relate to the child, but because this bone has multiple childs, I don't know how it deals with that contraption. This is Blender to solve, so this could be a bit dangerous sometimes, or maybe not. But so I have to know for sure at some point, but doesn't matter. It doesn't seem to affect anything on the rig right now. So, and for the start handle, then the target is the deform, but it's an automatic. It could be tangent, and there are some slight transforms. Let's see what is better. We can fortunately see this effect already on pose, but I think the effect, no, we see that is different. Yeah, slightly changed, but in general everything works, and this has nothing to do with the, well, it should have something to do with the, let's see, let's give some hard bending here, and let's do automatic. So which is better? I need to see here. Tangent. Let's see from other direction. Okay, so I see that, and then automatic. It really, I leave at tangent. It's how I looks better, and since it's functional, tangent is with a good target. It's usually better than automatic. Automatics, like for this bizarre contraption here, is better when you don't want trouble, like whatever, simplicity. Okay, so this is, I could create a spline just like this in here, but I don't find it necessary, so this I'm leaving the old system, and the old system works with settings here also. It's just, it doesn't give much control, and yes, this allows even for the bone to be parented. Oh, it's parent connected, now I know why it did. If it was parent offset, it would better to, if parent connect is better to have no, well, this was my experience, whatever. Tangent and targets working better than this will be equivalent to nothing, and automatic would be equivalent to nothing here, but apparently that's not the case, so I was wrong, and this is complicated to understand exactly, but so whatever. Let's continue, hold on, let's continue here and see all this bizarre explanation. All this to justify why I don't need in this the wrist, because it's already working fine. So I could make to generalize this setting for the joints, but no, don't worry. I'm not gonna worry about this. So let's give it proper colors here. So it's here, and the bone groups, it's lost already a lot of time with this complications, but so this is fine. Let's move it to the helper bone layer, and this to the tip bone layer here. And now let's go for the reason why I've made this live. I'm gonna attempt this now for a complex joint, which is the shoulder rig, and I already have a cool shoulder deforms nearly everywhere, thanks to the way I've, well, in part for the way I've posed that, and in part for some armature deform helper bones system that I've made here, that I'm gonna it's not perfect, I'm not gonna show it. It might be good here because of this cartoon character. Oh, it's actually, you see, this is not good, so it was better at some point. I need to, after I've made change to the rig, these where's the, here, too many bolts showing right now, so let's hide some stuff. Of course, I'm just showing the deforms here. I should keyframe that, and so you see there's not, there are actually interesting deforms everywhere, and yeah, okay, so, and yeah, I can also pose the bone and the shoulder, so we are able to make and rotate this. We are able to make actually good deforms here naturally with this rig. It's not really complicated. Maybe I'll show it another time, but besides that, nothing prevents us to make spline skinny here with bendy bone. So that's exactly what we're gonna do, folks. So I'm gonna pick first these things. So I'm gonna pick a whole of this thing. I'm gonna duplicate this because it will make things easier. And let's now take this away. Let's rename first these things. So batch rename first will be bones here, and then find and replace. Yes, find, they have elbow, so we change for yeah, it's shoulder. Okay. Good. First thing, then also let's batch and delete those 001 stuff, right? Okay, it's not mirrored, so that's good. Not mirrored yet, I mean. So then where's thing? Strip characters and digits. Punctuation and digits, so that's it. And no, it didn't, or I don't know how to use this thing. Oh, strip from N. Okay, there you go. Never used that one before, or this that way. So now for the positioning. Well, this is arbitrary because those bones, they will be parent to something else. Yes, these are parent to the mechanism bone, that is the like the parent for everything there that is otherwise. Okay, this is parent offset here, and it already has a how do you say? I need to, let's reset this position. Okay, so it already has got a. Okay, it's stacking because of the bone constraint, so I'm gonna solve this in a moment. So this is correct, and now this is stacking. I want the shoulder one, and now for the target I'll just move it like that, and now this will, I need to pick the shoulder one that is stacking here. I want to target the forearm bone. No, actually I need to target the def arm bone. Let's go again, and here. No, this is copy rotation. Okay, so let's do this for both. And this I can hide. Well, for some reason it is like that. For no apparent reason. Well, of course it is a start location, right? So, oh yes, alignment, of course. So how do we solve the alignment stuff? Let's pick the deformed bone. So this is what I wanted to show. So it's very simple. Target, that could be the head, then go there, then let me add screencast here, then on normal transform orientations, then I can start moving it, like it will be here, like near the shoulder, because this one could be anywhere, but yeah, somewhere like here would be cool. Then for this one, let's do the same, go there, then let's pick this and align it with that bone, and then its orientation is there. And you'll see if I add the viewport axis here, yes, axis is better, even though there are too many bones showing here. What can I hide? I can hide, okay, I'm not gonna hide much things right now, but whatever. Yeah, let's do something here. So I don't want to show this, I want this, the shoulder, no, this is for the elbow, this, and is that it? Yes, that's all that I need for now. Oh, the controllers could be important too. So for the hand, this and this, and the elbow, the target for the elbow. No, well, here it is. It's crossing because its starting position is better far away. So let's make this a selection set here. Another one for this. It must be on pose mode. Let's add, so joint, shoulder. This is alt temporary. After you can assign, you can delete those things. So now let's hide that, and let's go back to what we are doing. I was doing here. So all right. This was following this. This was following this. It's aligned. They are aligned with this bone in the starting position. They are parented correctly. Then time for this one. For this one, I'll do it different. I need to use the snap to with control, so I don't need to have it activate. So let's get it here, and let's also get this on this, not this one, because the bone is going in that direction, following the arm direction, right? We see that the gizmo is here, and for my settings here, right, I don't know why but I prefer always to put the axis on the head of the bones. Alright. Never found a reason so far why it would be more interesting in the other direction. So let's go back here. Hold on. Alright. So what I need here, oh yes, let's also align this. Apparently it's already aligned. Yes, because of the snapping, it would got it aligned naturally. So now how far this could go? I could pick those. I can hide this. Well, and here also I could use my selection set. So now I can. Yes, okay. Let's hide this, and if in this case I can probably do this, right? I'm gonna re-snap just for safety. Alright, so now this is fine. The problem now is that, well, that's because the shoulder is a special bone, the copy location might not be. Yeah, so let's go back here. The copy location, you see, it would stay here to the limit, so I cannot push it more in with this bound constraint unless I put offset, so I don't need this actually. And what I'll do is that this is its start location, and I think it is good as far as long as it gets parented to the following the rig or get some place of reference. This will need more testing. It should be fine to place it without any things. And for copy rotations, because this is spline skinning, I will delete this one too. Let's make it stick in place and then we'll see what the transforms will do. For this one now, I maybe could reset this, and this of course I need to yes, this one will we can get some copy rotation with before local, and this needs required all this. So for the original positioning of this, because this needs to follow the arm, so it would be let's try something like that to start with. Then I get here and let's reset this. You see it gets a bit further apart for some reason, so let's, and it's even inverse. I have to reduce in order to the length of the bone. I don't understand that. And so here, okay, copy location, and then the copy rotation, nothing special about it's. I'm using local with parent and local, because on local sometimes here it occurred to me on some other situation that it's strange, and this is safer, so don't know if maybe there's an explanation I couldn't find yet, so I leave it local with parent, local with parent with for the target, which is with that the parent of that, well, don't know. Hold on, there is something. Okay, back here. So now, simple thing now is just to start posing. Actually, this one. Okay, you see that the forms are the bone is transforming already, the bendy bone. But of course, it doesn't have the most important thing. Is wave painting. Wave painting on spline skinning more specifically. And so let's get these with our where it is. I'm missing something. No, I'm missing nothing. So let's just give some ways here, kind of chaotic. I really never done this before, so we'll see. Maybe results are I believe this will improve the rig, the deforms, but I cannot be sure. So because this is spline skinning, I will attempt to make some wide oh, I could use the smooth and give some crazy factor, no factor, not much of the factor, but let's give some expansion here. Yeah, this was not. Oh, I need more of the factor and perhaps some more iterations. That's too much, so yeah, that could be interesting, because then imagine all these affecting the rest. They are very dangerous. I'll have to retract later, contract actually. So let's start with this just to see, right? Just to see. Then let's start posing and see if this is any helpful. If, yeah, you see, bad. That was certainly, yeah, that was I was afraid of. But for the shoulder itself, yeah, why not? This is maybe slightly improvements. I don't know. I could just turn this off, like turn this off as a deformed bone, and compare the. Of course, here it has. Alright, so for example here, and what's that? Oh, apparently I haven't posed in that way before. Okay, this is happening because it's still sharing weights with a okay. So this apparently, no, I wasn't using normalize, but because it's a bone that has a vertex group associated with it, even if you it normalizes the wave apparently. So the only way to, this is interesting, right? You see that the only way to avoid that would be to actually do not have a vertex one way, right? Would be to not have this deformed stuff here. So for example, let's change the vertex group. Now it's orphan. No. What is causing this after I added maybe there's something. Never touch those things. I don't even know what are their oh, maybe I shouldn't mess with those things. So let's I didn't save. Okay, doesn't matter. We have the other side, right? So yeah, just symmetrize that. Okay. I never touched those things. Maybe this could be interesting. Let's see if this changed anything. This is for envelope waves, so it's not envelope distance. Yeah, no. This is I'm not using envelope bone envelopes. Okay, so really strange that that thing is happening. Maybe it's some constraint there. But let's go back. At least I have backup, so if but this shouldn't be complicated. So let's add this back. Yeah, something related to after I added some stuff here. It started. This is not a deformed bone, right? Nor this. So okay, only this one. And so I was not able to compare, but let's just then fix this thing. Now with less waves, smooth, and then contract. Yes, we don't want waves here too much, so and yeah, this is why this thing these automations, they can be very helpful sometimes, but often they aren't smart enough, right, to understand anatomy. And so factor, yeah, so they are risky, right? And then at least I have this thing. I've learned about this one. I can clean all those things this way, and so get rid of excessive, yeah, great, clean. The problem with that is that it would occur on, if it's a limb that has, right, in this case it was simple, but sometimes you want just to fix one expansion to one side, and it will do to the other side, so it's bad. It can't be used like every time. So now let's smooth this thing. Should I give more influence to this, to the middle portions? Yes, I think I should. So what I'm gonna do now is just do this manually, whatever. So here the limits will go up to here. Maybe a little more in the arm, why not? Those are very light waves. Then here more smoothing. And then here, yes, this part I think it's fine. That's to expand around this region. Here too, yes, this actually should be fine. So all that, I'm taking some risk here, but it's experimental anyway, so maybe something here, that all the trapezium area, I could really expand this. Let's see, like that. The shoulder, my shoulder rig already has some influence like that anyway, so the shoulder bone is here. No, it's this one. Okay, this is, but this is spline skinning, and it has some different things going on. So now, yes, let's reduce this part, which is dangerous, too dangerous to have those things. Just like maybe, okay, something like that maybe. Let's blur that, and here, no, again, let's take off. I'm leaving this to, maybe it helps getting some, those tendons, or, yeah, so structures, anatomy structures there. And then of course waves, lots of waves in the actual, because I want to see the real effect of this thing. Not sure about that part, is more of the, yeah, let's get it, that, and of course I can blur the edges of this slightly. And now let's see about those deformed, right folks? Okay, but then yeah, then the back here is already having something like that before I solve this thing, but in principle it's working fine. Let's see, for now the pole target is in the way. I mean, in the way it is not gonna help us into doing this. I should move the hand, actually. Pose the hand. There it is. What is the... Okay, let's see this. Yeah, so there is... This is not going so well in this kind of pose, but I didn't see enough about it. Maybe it's still the... Yeah. These deforms I got better on others. Oh, I can make these rotations and get changed to the position of the pole target from here. But yeah, so this part is not being so well. The problem is I cannot compare right now. Then of course we can automate those things here. And now I will need to check on the... So it's not certain that this thing is helping more than creating problems. Let's... you see, even if I push that there, maybe it needs more influence on the arm, so I can do something like that. This one is ready, free to pose, so this is interesting. But it won't help a lot. Like it's a light of hope. Oh, I can do this. I can but in many situations, in this case, it seems to be working, right? Or not that much, but yeah, we could do many crazy things, right? But it could stand like a reason to have hopes, but actually that this would operate miracle, but it's not the case. I have tried with the type. This is, and even the other simple joints, this is very delicate, and it's very easy to disrupt everything with spline skinning on the joints. And so where is this? Okay, let's do this. I still the problem now is that I cannot compare with my original because of I don't know how to. Well, I could do simply this, just delete the whole thing. Because then even the... Okay, so you see the problem remains, so it didn't solve, but it didn't make it worse. So it's like assuming this is the proper deforms. Let's see again. Here I'm loaded before I added those things, so just to be sure, because I don't remember what was my original. I thought it was, yeah, that you see there is some volume loss there, and yes, the pole target for the elbow doesn't really help there. But the advantage with yes, we could try to improve it with some transformations here, but then it's not. The bendy bone allows us to have some more variations on how we could solve that. It won't compromise the... So it's an additional feature. It could get complicated. Of course, there are other ways to solve this. So I know that this is a complex joint, and so I had better results though on past iterations. But okay, we tried the joint here, the spline, bendy bone spline in this region, and well, the results are meh. They are kind of interesting, but no miracle, as so far as I'm attempting in this experiment here. Here I should really take off more of these waves because they have been problematic. Maybe I should also take off from here. And now, oh, maybe if I got more waves here in this region. Yeah, so let's try this, folks. This area is important, so maybe I didn't test well, lots of things I didn't test, right? But maybe there are some easy tests that I can do here that would be beneficial. Let's attempt some crazy things here. And so yes, I should require to pose, right? And why I'm not using the selection sets here? So let's go. Too many things to care about. Alright, finally, this is better, right? It was even impossible to breathe properly in the... So let's record those poses here. Then we start with this pose here. Oh, and this one, no, I'll move with that one. Okay. Oh, I'm doing I always forget to... The forearm really doesn't matter much, it's just the... Okay, so this makes for one pose already. Yeah, we see the volume loss there, so cannot be helped here. Then even more radical posing here on this character. And there we see. Okay, this is not horrible, right? But it's also not... I certainly would like to improve that. Let's see for this. Alright, then this. And then how is the proper orientation for that? No, I cannot pose this. It will pose for everything. So whatever. I'm taking care about the forearm. Doesn't matter. So and that and anything else. Yes, arms up. Arm up. Let's reset first. It will be easier. And of course, there are different ways to pose the arm up. The orientation, right? So it could be this. In this case, it could be just like that. Yeah, why I don't pose these two? Interpenetration with the ear. That's okay. And where is... Okay. So now with all that, let's see if we can get some adjustments there, right? So now I don't need this arm anymore. I just want to work with these ones. So pure and simple. Let's assess wave painting here. And hold on, yes. And let's see what we can achieve of good or bad if we make changes here, right? So this doesn't seem to affect... Yeah, this is dangerous actually. So actually let's instead push the... Yeah, okay, let's use this to... Yeah, there are other ways to control this. I don't believe this is a great idea, but let's, like for the breast region, let's add some waves there. Now this is looking horrible. Then as we, this is certainly wrong. Yeah, why would I want that? So makes little sense. So these, yeah, this creates some really bad thing here. So this is really not affecting very much, at least. Oh, there you see. Maybe if I have more waves here, we could have some, let's see, if that was pushed this way, looks like some, no, it actually creates a horrible thing, right? It's like the whole arm will start to require this kind of thing, right? Let's see. Yeah, even the movement does not respond properly, right? Even though it is sharing the same, even though it's following the arm, it's not the same orientation, and so it would make the arm not join very much the center, right? The direction of the arm gets problematic. So here maybe an idea is to not have too much waves of the, yeah, so apparently having spline skinning even here could be a bit problematic. So let's reduce those things for a moment. Maybe it doesn't require on the bottom part. Let's do this, let's see, and yeah. Okay, so now we see there's a hole there in the mesh, so this probably some warping because of the pole target. Alright, so apparently, what about this part? Okay, so this is too much, and there's too radical, right? Maybe we can improve this with smoothing, and here too, more smoothing. Okay, so smoothing is of course fundamental, and then there maybe we don't need that much waves there, and here smoothing. Let's make it easier to wave paint by just changing the current frame position. Below the arm maybe very slight waves. And yeah, let's get this thing circular and more smoothing here. And let's see again. Alright, this is maybe better now. This part I think it's bad. Cannot have those waves. Let's... yeah, there's some problem going on in this region. This is popping. Maybe more waves, more sharing waves here. Alright, this is not right, but it's better indeed. And then for the lower part of... yes, this bending got better, but then there is... yeah, there are some interpenetrations there, and all this gets messed up. But there are more things to be done regarding this thing. Let's see if I smooth here. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe some waves are good here below the arm, but not too yeah, we need to make the test. Let's... I'm gonna save here. Let's dramatically reduce... no, this was a problem naturally occurring, so this is not because of this spline. So I'm not gonna address wave painting anymore for the other bones and not for this, but this already gives me an idea. The cool thing, again, of course, is that maybe I can, as we got this, we can have those controllers to do something to help us, right? Nothing... okay, the deforms don't reach much this area, so maybe even this location here is... but this one... yeah. Alright, so this is a problem regarding the arm rig, so maybe I should going on the bones, check these relations. Maybe this arm requires more smoothing here. Because with the way it was just too far from... it was not having enough influence in this region properly to have proper bendings. It is suffering a lot of volume loss, and maybe, yes, I should improve this thing here. Even though, yeah, I think this is the right thing to do, but maybe here again, this is still the arm, right? Okay, let's check now. Still not good, and yeah, maybe some parts got better. Yeah, so it was required. Let's... okay, I know. Except that this time we'll add this bone, and I could add this also to our stuff, although I don't want to change it. So assign, let's select and let's hide. Let's save. Let's get I don't need this keyframe here. Don't know why this thing doesn't need keyframe, nor does this. Alright, let's go back and see. Okay, so maybe this distancing is not required, so let's get something like that. Maybe it gives some easier transforms for the bendy bone, right? Something like here. And then let's reset this, and then okay, let's do this, and let's make some changes here just to play with this. All right. Let's now see how this is playing out. Okay, we know already. So I need wave paint mode. I need, these bones are too much in the way, so let's get here, and okay, that's what I wanted. Now this is where I would like to push this bone apart and see what it... Push this bone apart. Napoleon Bonaparte, yeah. Let's go here and get some... Yeah, let's displace this thing. As you see, in this particular case, it seems that it could be... Yeah, I say that there are deforms here. No, it won't operate miracle, but this is a good thing. In some part it can help pushing apart the mesh in some way, but it's not strong enough because it doesn't have waves so far away, and if it had, it will create bad deforms in different directions, I suspect. So there's just no way that I know that these things can solve, can be part like oh, this is great for the solution. No, this is maybe good, slightly good. And spline skinning is dangerous on joints. It can really wreak havoc the joints if we make messy... Yeah, it's very easy to destroy stuff if we get those settings wrong. And you see those splines. Although here's not a good example, but let's continue what I was... So wave painting, right? That was what I was doing after I've changed the position of this bone. And yes, wave painting of this thing. Let's see. Alright, so maybe we require here some more influence, more or less. We'll find it right now. Yeah, you see the way it is now, having more of the spline skinning around, it's not... It creates that strange bulge there, which already exists, by the ways. So yeah, minimum waves would be good. What if I smooth everything with an operator? Let's see, smooth, and let's play with this. I cannot click here, I lose the smoothing. Do I lose this thing if I play? No! Haha! This... But it lose... okay, this is interesting. I can rotate. Okay, let's do lots of iterations here. Let's play. Of course, this is ridiculous. This is not gonna work. Let's reduce. Okay, so Let's see, factor. Okay, let's see what's better. This. No, this is certainly not good. Or I think I've messed up my work. Let's do a Control Z here. Ah, it was already not very good. Okay, so that's it. I'm unable to find ideal rig solution for this spline here in the joint. The only good thing that I found in comparison to my former rig, right? It is added to my former rig actually, but let's say in comparison to the best that I was able to achieve on previous iteration of my former rig, the only good thing that I found here that is positive, really positive, is that we have additional controllers that can slightly handle, maybe they can be automated in some ways, that can help stretch the mesh for the armature deform, and maybe some level of spline skinning bendiness is actually interesting in this complex joint region. So I'm not gonna delete it, so I'm gonna keep this, but if I ever solve this rig with this, it will not be because of this thing, it's because of the other things I will be doing in addition to this. So this could be slightly helpful for complex joints, and maybe there is a way that I haven't been able to find yet. This is very, very tough. At least I was able to test this thing and confirm some hypotheses for that are ready. So for complex joint, even this thing is not fantastic, unless there is some better way of doing it that I'm not aware of. Maybe on more realistic characters with more features this could prove more useful, but I doubt this, because if here on this very simple anatomy I am not able to have great results, it would be on other anatomies, even more complex anatomy, even more complicated to get this right. Prove me wrong. I still believe there should be some usefulness for this, but that's it, folks. That was the attempt. I leave this thing here, so no miracle for this. I intend to have okay, this live was already too long, but at least I can now, after this time, this investment, I can I've solved this thing on the list. This I will do next today, but not right now. I'm gonna give a pause. So let's bring it down, and then this will be sort of not easy but very interesting. So this is very, I should do that at home, and that will be nice. Okay, so we are finally going to the better challenge, not better, advanced. So we are nearly reaching lesser than 30, and then I believe that will speed up as these things here are gonna be relatively easy. This I need to find out on experimental, and these will be very cool. Neo-Vitruvian rest positions, and wiggle bones, this I could delay even more, and then For the face, that will be out. Mouth rig would be very cool too. Have some great ideas there to experiment. And then, okay, that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope that helps anyhow. For people that has curiosity. See you next time. Happy blending. Take care.